So, this is what my GoPro looks like now. Surprisingly enough, most of the damage was actually to the arm. You know, I can take this piece out and, you know, remove that, and I could probably still use this, I hope. And it doesn't look like the actual suction is damaged, because I mean, if I still push it down and lock it on, it stays. However, the amazing part, this still functions. Like, aside from the damage to the casing, it actually worked. It survived. Direct hit from a tire. I can tell ya, this camera couldn't handle that. Although, a couple months ago, when I was coming back from Miami, this camera survived a tumble down an escalator. I'd like to say it was about midway up the escalator, but really it was like 2 or 3 steps from the top. It was nestled lovingly in my bag, and I was in such a hurry because I was going to miss my flight. So I may have not noticed that it was falling out, and of course it was just my 40 mil little pancake actually. So this was the lens it had on it. So thankfully this survived, the camera survived. Part of the fold out screen doesn't quite close as nicely anymore, but it works, does it not? But yeah, so let this be lesson learned. Do not, and I mean do not, trust these suction cups to adhere to a car if the car surface it is adhering to isn't perfectly flat. I think that was my problem, is I think I must have not been quite on the panel flat, and thus it wasn't actually gripping with full strength. Because I mean, if I grip this on, and I actually get it like right on, and press and lock, like, I cannot force this off. I cannot override this. Unless, of course, just the tiniest little bit, if it's not on flat and it pops right off. Lesson learned. Side note, if you're using anything but a GoPro, anything, Rebel T4i is included. Don't use this kind of single point mount. Like if you look at a Hollywood grip system to say mount a camera on the side of a car, you will never find just one little suction cup, done. No, cameras are too expensive for that. You will find at least a 3-point system. So they'll do maybe one on down the quarter panel, they'll maybe do another suction cup up on the glass, and maybe a third suction cup down. I'll try and see if I can find some images of actual car rigs on Instagram or the internet, and I will share those. But anyway, the important part is that the expensive bit is still functioning. Amazingly. But the good news is I did actually manage to get some work done. Helped my mom paint my little sister's room. We went from white to a lovely shade of kind of purple, Parisian purple. I don't know. That's what she wanted, and if that's what she wants, cool. But yeah, I'm absolutely tired and tuckered out from that. The other thing I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, because we were talking about GoPros yesterday, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about CMR 102. So, for those who don't know, CMR was a story I had written out. Well, it wasn't really a story, it was a series I had written out. Basically the idea would be, it would follow Courtney and I through the first year of our marriage. got married back in September, so the idea was we're gonna start this series that would follow us all the way through. As you can imagine, that wasn't the easiest task and required lots of not only work from both of us, but lots of friends and family to help. And essentially, I ran into some barriers it wasn't necessarily convenient getting that week's episode done, 102, which looking now and me doing videos daily is kind of a kicker, but essentially I couldn't bring it together in time. And as that Friday slipped away, I just never got the second episode posted. I did, however, shoot a lot of footage for it. I don't know if I haven't looked through my archives yet. I don't know if I ever actually shot dialogue for it. But essentially, I did get a lot of the car and the driving shots with my good friend GoPro. In fact, I bought this mount specifically for that run. But yeah, essentially, I got a lot of that shot, and I ran into the same creative barrier that I was mentioning about back in my first video of this series. So what I'm going to do at the end here is I'm going to show you, some excerpts from that footage. If I can get some good shots together, you'll see those at the end. One of the things I'm going to be doing with this series, with this channel now, is I'm actually going to take some of the ideas that I had written out. I had 52 weeks worth of videos concepted. So every week I'm going to try and work in some of those concepts. Now, I'm not necessarily going to do them in order because, we got married in September. That episode would have come out in October. So of course I did some ramp up to Halloween, which wouldn't make so much sense in April. Essentially, I'm not going to let all those good ideas go to waste. I'm going to use as much of them as possible. Keep forgetting to check my glasses. My dad was watching one of the episodes, and first thing he points out is like, "Hey, your glasses are crooked, right?" Which caused me to immediately put my hands to my face. Are they? By the way, anybody who paints for a living, like paints houses, interiors, things like that, I applaud you. I did one room today with a little bit of prep and just one coat, and I am done. Like, I'm gonna go have a shower while this all moves over to the computer. I'm gonna edit it, and I'm pretty much done for the day. One room. Admittedly, I'm not in the best shape ever. But yes, those who do that for a living, I applaud. In fact, anybody who does physical trades for a living, I applaud you. Anywho, I think it's just about time to wrap this up. I've got pizza. It should be arriving very soon, and it shall be delicious. Speaking of.
Hi there, how's it going?
Not too bad, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you.
Shower can wait. Pizza's fresh. Anyways, till next time, that's a wrap. Nope, that's a pepperoni.
chance. Hey, where are you, honey? Give it one more chance.